Vaccine injury
That's
is
still a
not
vaccine
just
injury.
autism, and I
Forget
wish
the word
more
autism.
people
I've
will.
abolished it. I have to change the names of the Autism File, the Autism Media
Yes,
Channel,
it's
and the
not
Autism
just
Trust.
autism. It's not just
Can I just tell you how much I love being in a room with people who
I know.
freaking
I know.
stand it? It's not. Vaccine injury is not just autism.
No,
it is.
Name they gave
It
us
is.
for vaccine.
It's an
injury.
umbrella that
And it's
encompasses.
a massive insult to the ones that were born with it. There's
Yes.
very few.
There-
And it's not helping us
No.
spread
Right.
the awareness.
So we've got to scrap that name.
No, it's any kind of autoimmune issue. It's allergies, it's asthma, it's eczema, it's juvenile arthritis now. It's even horrible to say childhood cancers are caused by vaccines.
I have 12-year-old twins, and when I was, I guess maybe it started when I was pregnant and I got a flu vaccine. They were premature, and in the hospital they were 5 weeks early, and considering how small they were and early they were, they did really well at first. They needed a little bit of oxygen, but they didn't have to be intubated. They didn't have to have any surgeries. You know, their hearts were great. Everything was pretty well. So I had high blood pressure. That's why they were born early. And so for the first, probably severely high blood pressure. So the first 2 days in the hospital, I didn't even see them after they were born. And then I'm sure they got everything that, whatever they wanted to do to them, they did to them. But while we were there, they looked beautiful, really small, but beautiful and great. And then before we left, the NICU doctor said that they needed to get RSV vaccines. And so she went through this whole process, and because they're really, really expensive, and got them their first dose. Said I needed to fill out all this paperwork. It was cold and flu season. They were, you know, something really bad could happen, and they could end up in the hospital and dying if they didn't get more RSV vaccines. So of course, you know, so I of course did everything she said and applied for all of these, you know, special permission from my insurance company to pay for, it's like $1,000 for the vaccine or something. And so she said I needed it. I said, okay, great, let's get it. We got approved, so they got more rounds of the RSV vaccine through the winter. And then we went home after their first round of vaccines, and they were, I guess, 2 months old. The doctor had said that, you know, they might be uncomfortable, and so we got home, and that night they were both screaming.
It's okay. It's okay. Listen, we all cry. It's fine.
And there were two, so can't comfort two infants at once. So I ran across the street and got my neighbor, because I had these two tiny babies that were just screaming, and you could tell they were in so much pain, and I couldn't comfort them both at once. So I asked her just to come over and hold my baby, so I could hold one and the other one could be held. So from that point forward, they started getting rashes all over their body. I was breastfeeding, and they started getting, after that, horrible eczema everywhere, all over their face, all over their bodies. And my daughter would get blisters all over her arms and legs, the backs of her legs and the creases in her arms, and they would just constantly weep. You would pick her up and you would be wet from her weeping blisters. And so I asked my pediatrician they didn't come home rashy or, with allergies to anything. They weren't born with allergies. And so what is causing this? At first I thought, I started trying to do some research, and I thought maybe it's, baby acne or something. And so I went to the pediatrician, and he said, no, it's probably a food allergy. I said, what do you mean? They're not even eating food. And I said, and they weren't like this before. And he said, well, are you eating nuts? And I said, yes, I'm eating nuts. And he said, well, they're allergic to nuts, most likely. And
So no testing, nothing, just,
right.
that's my diagnosis.
And he said, it's your breast milk. And I said, I've been having nuts since before they were even born. And why are they reacting like this now? And it's going through my body. They're allergic to my breast milk. And he said, yeah, it's happening more and more now. I'm seeing this.
What a load of BS. Anyway, carry on.
My son is severely ADD. He can't write a complete sentence without halfway through getting distracted and then going back and having to try to figure out what he's writing. So it affects everything that he does. He can't even finish getting dressed in the morning sometimes without me saying, he'll put his pants on over his pajamas without even,
Sure.
because he just forgets
So,
what he's doing.
do you still take him to a doctor, or are we done with doctors now? Because you know what they're going to do with ADD, don't you?
Yeah, they're
They're
going to
try and give them psychotropic medicine, which I
and
think
it's
is a disaster.
what's so hard is that you don't know. On one hand, it makes his life so difficult, and the ADD comes with other things. You have kids that get so depressed because they feel like they can't do anything just because they can't hold a focus for more than a couple of minutes at a time, and they feel worthless. And so you almost want to give them the drugs just so that they...
I know, but don't. Listen.
I'm not.
We've seen so many ADD, ADHD kids on our journey here, and the ones that are psychiatrically drugged up are suicidal. They're the ones that are having problems. Do not for a second buy into that. Good, healthy diet, organic food. And that's why I keep thinking we do all need to live together, because we need to support each other when we're exhausted.